We're back. We trying. Get ready to roll for initiative. That are those daggers? What's happening? What is?
This I don't know, man. I got finished watching rap shit before I got on here. Me and Katie. So
Oh, is the show good? You like it?
yeah, the first two episodes premiered on the 21st. So yeah,
Okay, cool. I will have to watch that sometime. I got so much stuff I got to catch up on, but I'll watch it eventually. I still got to watch
yeah.
the last Insecure. I'm behind.
Ooh, you slipping.
I mean, when we did the reaction, I said I hadn't watched it. I still hadn't done it yet. But anyway, we're not talking about Issa Rae and her awesomeness. We're talking about Dungeons and Dragons, Honor Among Thieves. San Diego Comic-Con is well underway. A bunch of trailers are coming out from it. And we know this came out today. I think the promo material started coming out earlier this week, right? Because I think I saw some photos of people in costumes. And I didn't really know. I guess this movie was shot a while ago. They just hadn't released it yet.
Well, a lot of stuff has been shot.
True. Yeah, they're just trying to figure out time they can release it.
Yeah.
I don't know much about it, but I guess it's almost like a heist movie in the Dungeons and Dragons universe, which I think is interesting.
Sir, you don't have to know much about it. It's Dungeons and Dragons, man. It's wizards, it's swords, it's orcs, it's
right. But the thing that got me is that I think it's a heist movie. And I love a good heist movie. I love to see them planning. I love to see the plan go wrong. And then to see whoever the Danny Ocean character is be like 3 steps ahead and be like, I knew it was going to go wrong. And that's why we got this. So I'm hoping that's what this kind of movie is. I don't know. But yeah.
I just want to see some swords and some magic. That's it.
Okay, swords and magic. And that's it. Let's go.
I see a dragon in this trailer too.
Of thieves. And when you do this, you're bound to make enemies. Sometimes those enemies come looking for revenge.
There you go.
Thank you. Oh, Paramount. Okay.
Truth be told, we helped the wrong person steal the wrong thing. We didn't mean to unleash the greatest evil the world has ever known. But we're gonna fix it.
So how do we pull that off? Figure it out over a drink?
Probably best.
You need...
Give us a fighting chance. We're gonna need strength. You got this, right?
I know you don't.
Get it, Michelle
We
Rodriguez.
also need courage, magic, and you. What is that again? It's an owl bear.
Oh.
Be warned. There is evil here.
I'm glad he's on our side.
It's Robert
Richard
Plant.
Man.
Robert Plant, yeah. Got a whole lot of
This
love.
one's dangerous.
There he is.
But whatever happens,
Okay.
Is that Chloe Coleman?
we'll be ready.
I'm not familiar with who that is.
Oh, I love her.
What is it exactly that you bring to this?
I'm a planner. I make plans.
You've already made the plan, so
If the existing plan fails, I make a new plan.
you make plans that fail.
No,
He also plays the lute.
not relevant.
Yeah, okay. So
Hold on, let me
we
go
got
to
a
this.
live action Critical Role.
IMDb. Where's IMDb? Yep, Chloe Coleman. I know her girl when I see her. Oh, she's so precious.
That we got a live action Critical Role.
If you say so, sir. I'm just impressed with myself. So we saw Justice Smith, Chris Pine, the black dude from Bridgerton, Ray J. I don't know how you say his name, so I just
John Richard Module.
yeah, that's what it is. That's exactly what John Travolta would say when he introduces him at the Oscars. Michelle Rodriguez, and I believe that was Hugh Grant.
Oh yeah, that's Hugh Grant.
Okay.
Yeah. This looks fun. I'm excited because it just looks like, oh yeah, Dungeons and Dragons, and you got to steal something. That's cool. I like it. This looks way better than man. Did you see the Dungeons and Dragons are like Marlon Wayne's?
Really?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, okay.
Why? Why would I watch that, sir?
I don't know.
Why? Why would I punish myself with that? Friend of the show, Marlon Wayans.
I don't know, man, but I like this idea of this ragtag bunch of people. And granted, Critical Role has been around for so long now that
Has it?
that popular Critical Role, and
How long has it been around? I'm asking. I'm not being.
like the
I mean, you
Critical
said
Role
it,
and
so I
like in
figured.
their podcast and like Dungeons and
Mhm.
Dragons and stuff, they've been playing for years. Vox Machina just came out this year, but like
Yeah,
that
the
group,
anime. Yeah.
they've been doing it forever.
Okay, just
Let's
checking.
see. Critical Role, was there a date?
I'm just checking. No, I've.
It looks like, according to a quick Wikipedia thing, 2015
Okay.
with Geek and Sundry, maybe. But yeah,
Hmm.
I hope this is popular and it allows Critical Role to get more wide mainstream appeal to other people besides just people who are watching Twitch all day. Because I think it's a fun show, but it may not be seeing people deliver newspapers early in the morning. See people.
You still get a newspaper?
There are people in my neighborhood that get newspapers.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah, I hope this gets a wide enough berth so that other people can get into the genre, and then maybe Critical Role can get a wider audience, if that makes sense.
Okay. I'm just interested in the cast because I like Justice Smith. The three movie
The guy that I kept saying was Will Smith's kid. Yeah.
You can't prove that that's not his kid. Because
I
I
mean,
feel like
he said that that's not his daddy. So
I understand that. However, comma, he
okay,
has the comedic chops of a Will Smith. If you
Okay.
go back and watch Jurassic World, Lost Kingdom?
I don't remember all those
And
three
and
recent ones blur together.
Detective Pikachu. He was really good in those movies.
He was. Yeah.
Chloe Coleman is the reason why I knew her is because I love her. She was in My Spy with Dave Bautista. She
She was
was
in
in
Upload.
Upload. I didn't watch Upload, but I watched Big Little Lies, and she was perfect in that.
She was also in an episode of Superstore. Yeah, I know who she is.
Yeah,
I
she
just I didn't know her name.
Oh yeah, I know her name. She's a panda. I love her. She was also the little girl in Gunpowder Milkshake. Remember that?
Oh yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. So I love her. So because I wanted a little girl, like no, not knocking my boys. I love my boys.
Boys, don't watch
but,
this video.
but I always wanted a little girl, and I was like, if I had one, I was like, what would she look like? Me and Katie's kid, and I was like, oh, maybe she'll look like this. And we saw Chloe Coleman, and I was like, oh, maybe she'll look like this, or maybe she'll look like that. So I've always been paid attention to whatever role she's in.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and I loved her in My Spy. She was great.
Mm-hmm. So like, going back to this trailer overall, I like the look of it. I like that. I don't know. I don't want to say it's a resurgence, but I feel like I'm seeing Michelle Rodriguez more and stuff, and maybe just because I have Fast and Furious on the brain. But I really like Michelle Rodriguez.
You've seen her more. She was in a movie where she plays a trans individual with Sigourney Weaver called
Frank.
No, it's called The Assignment.
Oh, she was named Frank.
Oh, you saw it?
Yeah, I saw it.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw it.
I didn't know you were that cultured.
Yeah, I just said I like Michelle Rodriguez.
Hey, calm down. I need you to take that bass out your voice. But she's been in more stuff. I think she's spreading her wings. If you remember, she was in a lot of heat. Her drinking was a problem when she was on Lost. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Where
she got blown up with that dynamite.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, that happened out of nowhere, man. That's
But,
wild. But
but
yeah,
yeah.
I'm happy to see she's back and doing stuff.
I'm just happy to see so here's the thing. You talked about this before. We have so many genres of so we have sci-fi, we have fantasy, we have action buddy comedies. I'm glad that we're at the point to where in fantasy, you can have your serious fantasy movies or shows where you're like, you know, hark, who goes there? You know, and and then you can have like your comedies and
Mhm.
like you, and so like, I'm happy we're at a point now where within the genre you can do subgenres. So you talked about this as a heist movie. This is a heist movie within a fantasy movie. And so I think that's to me the best thing to come out of so many streaming platforms, so many diverse opportunities to see. You mentioned Critical Role. The idea that we like, think about this, in 2022 we're going to get a Dungeons and Dragons movie
Mhm.
that is a heist movie and a comedy. Like, who would have thought we would be at that point where, and keep in mind, these are A-list stars. Like, this isn't, and I'm not knocking any other streaming service or direct to video. This is Hugh Grant. This is Chris Pine. This is Michelle Rodriguez, Justice Smith. These are people who are in triple in A plus triple A movies,
Sure,
blockbuster movies. So I'm excited for that aspect of it.
I'd agree with that. Yeah. Um, typing
I
something over here.
I just remember you talked about that, like in the Star Wars universe or in this universe, like we need to get diversity in the sense of not diversity as far as like characters, but diversity as far as genres. Like, give us a romance movie in a Star Wars.
Yeah.
Give us a romance movie in fantasy. Like, and this, you know, what this reminds me of. Remember when you told me and you watched Ice Pirates?
Yeah.
This reminds me of the '80s where we used to get so many different movies like Kroll.
Hmm.
Um, we used to get Willow. We used to get all these different types of movies where they all fit within the genre.
Sure.
Uh, I'm Nighthawk. Have you ever seen Nighthawk? Go watch Nighthawk. Nighthawk was good. Dragon Slayer. Dragon Slayer is another good one. But this reminds me of the '80s.
Yeah. Let us know in the comments if you guys are excited about this. It, this movie that has been, and I think made for a while now, is finally coming out. I'm excited to see it, and just I want to see Hugh Grant because I assume he's the villain. Yeah, they kind of set him up. He's the villain. I want to see like maybe another trailer to see more of him. Um, I kind of feel like that's another person who's kind of had a resurgence.
Mhm.
He kind of went away and then he came back with. He was in The Gentleman. He was in an Amazon show, a very British scandal. Really good stuff. And I kind of want to see him kind of play against type and kind of be the villain, which is cool.
Because he was the British heartthrob for a while,
Sure.
and he's talked about he stepped away from acting. He had to take a step back because he was out of control. So it's interesting seeing him come back in the different roles that he's taken on.
Yeah, good late. Anyway,
That's
what were you
because
gonna
you're
say?
old. That's because you're
Yeah,
old, sir. You need a
that
baby. You
is.
need a baby to keep you young. A baby will keep you up 2 a.m.
Okay, great. Anyway, be
That's
sure to
I speak
follow us
from
here on
experience.
follow us here on YouTube and Facebook at We Tryin'. You can also follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Twitch. We Tryin' Y'all. Like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you to everybody who has continued to follow us and support our videos.
Hey,
We
hey,
will have more coming up. What's up?
tell your friends, tell your family, tell your acquaintances, tell your enemies, tell your coworkers,
Hmm.
tell your pastor, your imam, your rabbi. Um, I'm missing something. Tell everybody that you know. We don't care. We are attention whores. We want the likes. We want the downvotes. We want the comments. We want it all.
We don't want the downvotes.
Well, this is the thing. The downvotes allows us to ask people, why did you downvote us? What did we do that offended you so much?
Hmm.
Was it my take on Rings of Power?
You got to look at that video to see what his take was on it. Spoiler alert: it wasn't great. Anyway, we out.
Gang, gang.